Hi, I'm here today to talk about this idea that parenting is instinctual, and it's a myth and it makes things harder for both parents and kids, and I'm going to tell you why. So, the truth is that beyond some aspects of infancy, parenting is not instinctual at all. Our responses to our kids are conditioned from our own childhood, our own parents, and society in general. And as a society in general, I don't personally don't think we've done actually a great job of raising emotionally healthy, stable, resilient kids. We tend to believe that it's natural for kids to have these harsh rebellions when they're adolescents, and it's totally completely normal that so many of us do not feel loving and accepting of ourselves. Like there's a lot of emotional healing to happen in our society, and a lot of it stems from the way we were raised. So we don't really want to repeat the patterns of our parents necessarily. It's not a template we want to follow. And what did our parents do? They believed that parenting was instinctual and they did what their parents did, right? They followed the conditioned patterns of the past. This idea that parenting is instinctual, it harms parents and it harms kids, because then we think that when we're like triggered by our child and that anger and that desire to like lash out or threat, that's just like instinctual and we should just go with that. And that's not. It's conditioned by our own parents and it can be really unhealthy. What do we do to change that, right? One of the things we do is we read a lot of parenting books, and we read all these parenting books. I know people have stacks of them. And we think that, I've read all these parenting books, so I should know how to do things. But changing our habits that were conditioned from our childhood takes more than just reading some information. We actually need practices and skills to change who we are at a deeper level. And this is why most parenting courses fail to make significant change, because they fail to give you the practices and the tools that can shift the biology of your stress response. And they don't tell you that all of that good information, that you might learn in the book or whatever, is as good as useless when the stress response, the amygdala, the fight, flight, or freeze stress response is triggered. It hijacks the rest of the brain. It literally cuts off access to the slower parts of our brain, which is the prefrontal cortex. So parenting well, right? Doing it well, changing these generational patterns, being able to choose how we want to respond, it requires skills, tools, and practices that most of us weren't taught and that we actually need to learn. Just like we might have gotten support childbirth classes, or we might take driving lessons or tennis lessons. It's the same thing. If we want to learn new skills, we need to practice them. If we want to change generational patterns, we have to learn the tools to calm our stress response, to transform our triggers, and change the way we respond to our kids. Like the threats aren't that effective. That's the thing that was conditioned in me. So it's only when we invest in our parenting beyond just the books that we're able to kind of make those powerful changes that transform everything in your life and with these relationships that are the most important to you. So that's what we do in mindful parenting. If you want to learn more about the mindful parenting clear method, I'll put a link in the comments below. But I'm wondering if you've been holding yourself back because you think it just should be instinctual. Let me know in the comments below, and I'm wishing you a great week. Thanks so much for watching.